Hello everybody and welcome to my first video on this channel. And first of all, thank you very much for being here, taking the time and watching my content. What I want to do is a review about Vipassana, as in the title meant. I just did a 7-day Vipassana retreat at Beatenberg. I will list the link to the retreat center down below so you can get more information from the website itself. First of all, what I want to share in this video is how it was doing the retreat, how the structure was like, and give you also some personal information like how was this review for me, what did I experience, and like just in general some information like that with the goal, with the intention that it might inspire you to do it too, or just to get some information out of it, maybe some inspiration to be a little bit more aware of yourself daily, or just like for the next 5 minutes. I want to start by how the retreat was going on. So the structure was first of all, like, you got up at 6:15, like 6:15 in the morning, and you had your first meditation on 6:45. And then you meditate for 45 minutes. Maybe some of you already did watch some other reviews about Vipassana, and we're thinking that it starts at 4:30 in the morning and stuff like that. And there are definitely retreats which are like that. I never attended to one. I actually this was my first retreat I ever did, and and for me it was kind of good that it started at 6:15, so it was a little bit of a soft start, especially when it's your first experience. But maybe for some people they like it more when it starts at 4:00 in the morning. So I was personally very glad about this fact. So you had your whole day was structured. So you start meditating for 45 minutes, like sitting meditation, and then the transmission went into walking meditation and so on. So it was always the change between sitting and walking meditation. And at our center, like at Beatenberg, there were people, like teachers in front of you, and they were first giving you some inputs which you can take into your meditations or reminds you of something, which I was very glad, because it kind of gave me some guidelines or just some helping points which I can go to, and that was very, very good for me. Then you also had some working meditation, which meant you just have to do, for example, the washing, like after dinner or after lunch, for 1 hour. I could do gardening, which I really liked, because I was outside and in nature, and So this is what the day looks like. So it starts at 6:15 in the morning, ends at 9:30 in the evening. You also had some presentations, like one presentation like takes 1 hour, and you had each day in the evening you had one presentation. And this also like gave you great insights, maybe your experience kind of connected to it. And this is what what I really felt grateful for as well, because a lot of things which I experienced or was experienced came up in the talks, and they really look like to bring good information in about the practice, and a lot, of course, based on Buddhism. Yeah, so that's all about the structure itself. Like, yeah, if you have further questions, make sure to comment below. And what I forgot to mention is, like, you also, like I said shortly, like you had lunch, breakfast, dinner, and yeah, it's from retreat to retreat different, and how they doing it. Yeah, but we basically ate three meals a day. Alright, so the next part I want to come to, and for people who don't want to have like expectations, which they will have mostly, like I did. I was the guy thinking it starts at 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, but like I said, I was glad. Yeah, so for those who don't want to have more expectation about your retreat or what to expect or what to gain from an experience, it's time to make a cut here, because now I'm going to talk about my personal experience for a bit. And still, like, if you have questions, feel free just to comment below and I will gladly answer them. So the next part, my personal review, like I said, was my first retreat, and I tried to have not as many expectations, or as less expectation as possible. I still had a lot of expectations, kind of like how it's structured, what I realized is I always was craving for that one moment to change my life, or to just be enlightened. And yeah, that's something like I really, like, the expectation was like, is it coming? And I was sitting there and thinking like, when is it coming? I don't see it. And isn't function like that in the retreat, or that's what I experience, is like, by practicing awareness, you start to recognize like the moment itself more. And by realizing it more, you are able to you have the choice to, if you want to interact or not, if you want to act or not. Like, for example, what I realized is I was always so restlessness within myself, and that was something what was driving me before. Like, before I got to the retreat, I was always looking in the outside for things to crave on. And what I realized, like, in the retreat was this energy of restlessness was so mad. And yeah, just like through recognizing it, through mindfulness and recognizing it, being able to accept it like it is, and this was the main goal, and to develop equanimity within that. That's so amazing. And yeah, that's like something I really got from that retreat, and which makes me do this review, actually, to maybe inspire other people to make that experience of this quality of just being with what is, even if it's sadness or a loss or an aggression or a breakup or whatever, but just to experience it and be with it. And that's like, yeah, what means living from moment to moment, like living in the moment, is like accepting what is. And for me, I had very like, I was, sorry, I got just interrupted by a mail. I just popped up here, and I was like, so yeah, for me that was like the huge insight. And since I was so driven and everything, like just being aware of things, and like having this insight is just so powerful for me, and like makes me do this review, as I mentioned. Yeah. So also like what I learned from the retreat is like they were talking a lot about cultivating wholesome qualities, especially like they were talking a lot about Buddhism and about those qualities like equanimity, like love, like wisdom, generosity, gratitude, like all kind. And like that's something I take really on, like what I want to cultivate in my daily practices, all these qualities. Like it's like a seed you water every day, it grows a little bit, and that's something I like, my aspiration, which is really to cultivate these things, and which I'm very grateful that I learned that it's possible to cultivate. And what I wanted to say earlier is like before the retreat I really feel like now like a different person in a way, because before the retreat I was like more like I was believing it with the mind but not with my body, with my wholeness. And now I feel like I realize it with my wholeness, and I believe it, I have faith in it with the wholeness. And it's not the faith like having faith, it's more like a inner wisdom of knowing and trust, and this is which I really got from it and to keep on doing. And yeah, I'm very like, I'm looking forward to this, but also being a bit anxious about putting that into my daily practice now, because the retreat is the retreat and the life is like, yeah, it has a lot more like impacts and sensations and everything, and how you deal with that, like you can get lost easier. So I'm really like looking forward to cultivate those wholesome qualities. And yeah, once again I'm very grateful for this experience, and somebody from the retreat, if teacher or my participants and my fellow members who were meditating with me, like just want to share my huge gratitude for everyone who was attending the retreat with me, being part of it, and thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for being there, for staying and making this experience real. Thank you so much. Thank you, dear viewer, for still being with me, still listening to my voice. And yeah, what I want to give on at last is just to be a little bit more mindful each day, just like moment to moment, just like be a little bit more aware of what's going on. Like, for example, what do you feel right now? Like, for example, the sensation of a mosquito being here, like just being with this sensation, or better be a fly than a mosquito, like but just be with that, and just be aware of that the fly is sitting here right now, for example, or that you feel your hand is being warm, for example, or yeah. So I'm very glad, like if you have questions, don't hesitate, text them, write them in the comments, whatever, and I will try to answer them about anything. And yeah, make sure to give me a feedback on how to improve this video, how to make it better so it has more impact on you. And thank you again for listening. Goodbye.